Then the bailiff called her name, Jaguar Wright, singer, activist, unfiltered, firestorm. She entered the courtroom dressed in all black, a Bible in one hand, a folder in the other. She didn't glance at Diddy, didn't acknowledge the jury. Her eyes went straight to the judge. She nodded once. The gallery leaned forward. Everyone felt that something was about to break open, and it did. From the moment she took the stand, Jaguar didn't warm up. "I came here with the truth," she said, gripping the mic like it owed her an apology. The judge asked for calm. Her voice didn't rise, but the pressure in her tone made everyone sit up straighter. "I've seen what these parties are really like," she continued. "I've seen what they hide, and I've seen what happens to people when they try to leave." Defense objected. Speculation. Prosecution countered. Foundation will be laid. The judge allowed it. That's when it began to unravel. Jaguar didn't speak in metaphors. She laid it out. NDAs handed out like wristbands. Women escorted in. Phones taken at the door. Puffy didn't just throw parties, she said. He ran operations. People weren't guests, they were recruits. 1 week you'd be a singer. The next, someone's assistant. You'd think it was a career move, until you realized it was a trap. The jury scribbled. The gallery was dead silent. Then she dropped it. "I know one of those boys who got caught in the trap." The judge leaned forward. "I want his name on the record," she said, voice tightening. Jaguar trembled slightly, but stood halfway. "You want to talk about real victims," she said, hand slamming down. "Then write this down." "Brisher Gray," gasped. Diddy's team instantly objected. "Miss Wright, maintain composure," the judge warned, but she didn't stop. "You think that boy just lost his mind for no reason? You think he just snapped?" Her voice cracked. "He was broken." The judge banged the gavel. Recess was called. 5 minutes later, she returned, calmer, seated. She apologized to the court, not to the man across the room, but her words still held weight. "I saw Brisher at one of those parties," she said. "He wasn't partying, he was surviving." The prosecutor asked for clarification. "Are you alleging?" She didn't blink. Double quotes. "Yes, by Diddy and others." Gasps again. But this time, no one interrupted. The courtroom had crossed into territory it couldn't back out from. Diddy's lawyers, who had objected to everything until now, stayed silent. Maybe they understood. Pushing back now would only make it worse. Jaguar looked at the jury, then the prosecution. "I know what I saw, and I know what that boy went through. Because I've been through it too." What followed wasn't just testimony, it was a reckoning. "You walk into those parties thinking it's opportunity," she said. "Then realize you're in a house, with no locks on the inside. Just handlers. Just cameras. And puff away somewhere in the background. Watching. No gasps now, just smoke-thick tension." She opened the folder. Inside, a printed email chain. "This was sent to me by mistake," she said, names redacted. "But y'all know who you are." The prosecution handed it to the judge. He reviewed it in silence. Then Jaguar turned to the gallery. "You want to know why this trial matters? Because there are more Brishers, more young, black boys who thought they were being mentored and came out shattered." The prosecution asked, "Were there other witnesses who can confirm what you saw?" She nodded. Double quotes. "Yes. But they won't speak, not unless someone else does first. They're scared. Some signed things they didn't understand. Some are still under him." For the first time, Diddy looked at Jaguar not with arrogance, with fear, like she was a ghost from a hallway he thought he'd sealed off. The prosecutor leaned in. "Do you believe Mr. Combs targeted vulnerable people?" "Yes," she said. "That's the point. You don't build empires like this by accident. You pick your prey. You give them just enough fame to keep them chasing, and if they fall apart, that's on them, not you." Defense objected. "Speculative." Sustained. The judge warned her. "Direct observations only." She leaned in. "Then let me tell you what I observed. Handlers with earpieces. Back rooms with no cameras. Guests separated based on who brought them and what they were expected to do. And I saw Puff disappear right before things went left." The prosecutor held up a photo. "Is this from that night?" Jaguar looked. Her face changed. "That's the one." A blurry hallway. 2:13 a.m. Diddy's face clear. Defense objected again. Judge allowed the photo pending further testimony. Then came the next question. "Were there minors present?" Jaguar hesitated. "Not that I saw directly, but I heard whispers. I heard a girl crying behind a locked door." "Who stopped you from going in?" "A man in a black hoodie. Said it wasn't for me." That I was too loud to be trusted. Who brought you to that party? She lowered her gaze. Andre Harrell. The room shifted. Diddy's late mentor. A heavyweight name. He told me it would be a night of opportunity. Said it could change my career. Did it? No, she said. They made sure it didn't. After that night, the calls stopped. Collaborations vanished. She went from every studio to silence. Then she turned. I'm not the only one. Who saw it? She said. Big names. Executives. They helped cover this up not because they didn't believe the victims, but because they were part of it. The prosecution asked for names. She exhaled. A producer. Grammy consultant. You know his name. Everybody does. He's not here, so I won't say it, but he hosted parties too. Step 2 after puffs. He cleaned up the mess. People shifted, in their seats. She explained how young talent, especially black men, were funneled through both camps. They thought it was mentorship, it was molding, breaking, replacing. Are you saying there's a system that rewards silence? Not just a system, she said. A ritual. She held up a text thread. This is from someone who got out. Someone who watched Brisher break. It was sealed into the record. She dropped another bomb. The talent scout who brought Brisher, still working. Still scouting young black men. Still smiling on red carpets. That's the face of fear-wearing power. It wasn't just about Diddy. Anymore it was a food chain. Brisher isn't the only one, she said. He's just the one who made headlines. There are others, boys and girls you've never heard of. You want to know why some artists fade after one hit? Sometimes, it's not the industry, it's what they survived to get there. Then came the whisper. This isn't about music. It's about conditioning, grooming, and consent the way they twist it. She described how contracts were slipped into drinks, how no meant exile. Say no, you're gone. Speak up, you disappear. Were you invited to more? Yes, I went once. Never again. She described it, velvet ropes, candles, phones taken. A place that looked like church but worshipped power, not God. I saw Brisher that night. He wasn't drunk, wasn't high. He was trapped. And then the most haunting detail. He mouthed something to me across the room. I couldn't hear him, but I know what he said. A pause, then, a whisper into the mic. Help me. The room froze, and I did nothing, she said. Because I was scared. I've carried that for years. The judge recessed again, not by rule, but by mercy. When they returned, she was steady. I'm not here for headlines, she said. I'm here because silence costs more than truth ever will. More names. More stories. She mentioned a female executive. Not a guest, Jaguar said. Logistics. She described a call sheet, literally, tracking names, NDAs, handlers. She'd seen it. Her name was on it. Then the prosecution revealed a leaked revolt email chain from a separate probe. Jaguar's name was listed as a potential disruptor. She didn't flinch. Y'all act like this is new, she said. But it's always been here. Just wore better suits. She described a cleansing in Miami. No phones, no evidence, just silence and champagne. The faces I saw there, she said. You follow them on Instagram. They're quoting healing. But I remember. Then she circled back to Brisher. I know he wasn't just burning out. I saw him flinch every time Diddy walked in. Heard him crying behind the bathroom wall. He wasn't a guest, she said. He was collateral. One final whisper from Brisher haunted her. I'm not supposed to be here. And then, she said, he was gone. When asked if she tried to contact him, I did. A year later, someone else called me back. Told me to drop it. The prosecution introduced a sealed document to back her timeline. She didn't look. Instead, she dropped one more name but stopped. He didn't survive like I did, she said softly. So I won't name him. And then her final words. You think this is about fame, but it's about captivity. And when you forget that, you become part of the machine too. The courtroom had changed. It was no longer just a trial, it was a reckoning. And a story long buried had finally found daylight.